there, Rhinohorn125, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Revoltech Captain America 6-inch action figure. I guess I would qualify it as 6-inch. I'd say it's more around the 5-inch range, but that's just what I'm going to be saying. Let's show the package real quick, and I will have a somewhat of a line of reviews coming out because my birthday is July 19th and I ordered some stuff early with a certain amount of money on Amazon, so I'm going to have some stuff coming in, so I'm going to be doing some reviews, but let's get to this. Alright, so first off, you get a nice look at the figure. One thing I could already say, I don't like that they have his, if you can tell that there, that they have his fist in his, kind of up, like his arms bent. I don't like when they pose figures in packages because it can mess up the posability and like the paint, and it can get stuck like that. But hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. And then there's a nice picture of the figure on the side. I have all this, the Avengers, Marvel Avengers, Marvel.com, all that kind of stuff. On the side, nice artwork of the figure, which I really like. I really like that the coloration, and it looks a lot like a comic book there. So, and on this side, there's another nice picture of him, you know, going into combat or something. Just a really nice picture. I like all the comic book art that they, little panels, and they put in the background and all that stuff. And then even on the top there is like the comic book style, just a city, just Captain America, and then something in Japanese or Chinese, whatever, right there. Pretty sure that's Chinese. But yeah, and then on the back there is all kinds of stuff, you know, and Avengers Assemble, just a bunch of comic book style stuff, and I really like that they did that. And several, 3 different heads there is the just normal, as it's called. I guess that's the roar. And then there's the mask off. Now, I actually have the Wolverine package over here, but weirdly enough, they didn't call that face roar, but they call it that on Captain America, which I think it's, see, this would be like snarl, this is like normal, and then that'd be roar, but they didn't do that. And I have done a review on this. I did it in a different area than I normally do. It wasn't here, it was upstairs, and not as good a lighting. And speaking of lighting, I need to move this light over a bit so it's shining more on the figure. Hopefully that's better. Alright, there we go. So yeah, oh, I like that picture, that's nice. So yeah, that is the packaging. It's a nice box to keep. I know some people won't, but these figures come with, I'd say, a good amount of stuff, and you know, they're not cheap figures. Now, I definitely plan, if they make a Hulk of these, which I can almost say for certain they will eventually, that I will want to get it. And then that would be it. Because Hulk, I mean, Captain America, Wolverine, and Hulk are my 3 all-time favorite superheroes, and since these are not on the cheap side in any way, I only want to get those 3. I can't just go buying every single one of them. Because that Venom looks really cool, and so does that Spider-Man and that Magneto, which Magneto is my favorite supervillain. But I just feel that they're too expensive to just go out and buy all of them. And that's my opinion. And, I mean, sure, like, even if I had the money to get it, I don't think I would, like for myself, I don't know if I would want to just go spend money on them. I only want to get the ones that I really want and really like, and would definitely take a lot of pictures of and display them. But anyway, let's get to the review. Get this guy out of here. Alright, so here he is out of the package. If his legs look a little messed up there, I didn't turn them the right way. One complaint right out, which isn't a complaint anymore, is I'll just show up here, like right on his eyes, and if you can see it, he kind of looks a little. But there is a good thing to that, thanks to the directions here, which are very helpful. I'm so glad they have directions. There's this little thing that you can move the eyes with. Right here, which I actually move these to look to the side, and this looks hilarious without any hair or the helmet or something, so you just take these and like put it in there. And I was actually going to show this later in it, but I decided I might as well do it now. So then there, you can make them completely like messed up, like Thanos punched him in the head, like he did in Infinity War. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, it's your own fault. No offense. But yeah, so that's really helpful. But I kind of wish in the package they would have just put him as straight and as perfect as they can go. Much like this head here. The eyes on this head are really nice. I really like it. But I'm not showing detail at the moment. I'm just going to show the accessories. So first things it comes with is some extra joint pieces. I don't know which areas these go in, but I know that they are extra joint pieces, which are super helpful, and thanks for adding those. And then, as I said, yeah, this thing that moves the eyes, which I'm going to have to really keep an eye on, so I don't lose it. It is very small. Next thing is he has a, I would say, I don't know, I guess he could hold a gun with this hand. I'm not quite sure what this hand is. I guess if I look on the instructions, maybe it'll show. But I don't know. I don't exactly know what kind of hand. This looks like a gun holding hand to me, but he doesn't come with a gun, so I'm not quite sure. But I guess you can get him to hold whatever you want with it. But it does look really nice. Sorry if you can't see it that well, but I mean it's just red, but it's got markings on it and all that, and looks pretty good. Next hand is the saluting hand, not the Nazi salute, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so again, this hand looks very nice, and I like that they included that. That needs to be included with every Captain America figure. And then these open palm hands for throwing his shield, which is awesome. And I did forget to mention, he does come with this, which is to throw the shield, which you connect it inside the shield, and I will show it later if I can do it. I'm sure I can, it's just I feel like it'll be a hassle. But yeah, then here is the pointing hand for telling Hulk to, you know, smash or something. But I'll just put all these off to the side. So the next is, yeah, obviously this head, which I think the sculpt is nice. It matches up to the other two. It just looks very strange without the hair or anything. It looks some kind of like some little freaky creature or something. But and then obviously I made the eyes, making him look a little slow there. But yeah, I think that head looks pretty nice. And this head also I really like. I like the hair and stuff, and looks very comic book like to me. And I really do like this head. I like the look, it's got a nice. Yeah. So, and I do like the eyes. The eyes are always messed up on, but with these types of figures, you don't really have to get scared too much of things like messing up on the eyes and all that. Because, I mean, they're really good on their paint and stuff. And sure, they make mistakes every now and then, but other than that, they're pretty good. So, I will be putting this on there later. Next thing it comes with is a standard issue stand that comes with a lot of different action figures, and I'm happy that it came with this because I really do like these. I have a bunch of them by now, but, yeah, so they can be used for multiple things, and obviously you can take that off. I can never, like, this I think would be good for, like, putting it in there and then just having him stand, which I think is for what it is. You can't really pose him with it, because you'd have to balance on there, but this is definitely put it in the back, and you can have him jumping up in the air on a shelf or a picture or whatever. So I'm happy they included that, and even happier than they included directions, because I would have been very confused. So now let's get to the figure. Alright, so his shield, I would like to mention real quick, it does stay on there pretty good. Mine had a little defect right here, if you can see right there where that white is showing. It didn't completely fit in there, but it fit in there good enough, like it's not loose or anything. And I would kind of worry about that. I'm not sure if that's just mine. I'm sure it can happen to others as well. But it could be a problem if like it didn't fit at all, because then he would not be able to hold his shield very well. But I will show you how you take this out of his hand. You basically just pop these out, which isn't all that easy because it's kind of compact, but you just have to get a little bit of leverage, and yeah. So not all that, it kind of easy to get in there, but not all that easy to get out. So there, so that didn't take too much force. I just want to be careful with it is what it is. I mean, you don't want to like yank it and him go like flying off the table. So you don't want that to happen. So yeah. Then I don't want to have to take this out like repeatedly, so yeah, there we go. And then there's that part there that you just put over the arm once you get these two things in here, which I'll just show you real quick here. I zoom in, which I rarely do in my reviews, so you just take those out, and they're fairly small, so careful not to lose those as well. Alright, so now I can get to the articulation. Just wanted to show you guys how to do that in reverse, and how to do it, you know, it's basically the same, just reverse. But I guess before we do that, show his other accessory, which is his shield, which is very nice, very shiny. No mistakes on the paint. The inside looks very nice. They didn't just stop in the back like they do with Marvel Legends Hasbro. You know, it's all the way through in detail and stuff like that. So very good job on the shield. Sometimes shields can really destroy a Captain America figure. Like, it'll be a cool figure and then the shield just sucks over the other way around. So yeah, nice shield, happy about that. And as articulation goes, you can put his arm up that high. He can put his arm up that high like that, but you have to put it at a certain angle sometimes. I know, because they're so articulated. So if I can do that, and yeah, you can put his head up fairly high, kind of awkward if you do it too much, and then his head can fully rotate, which I really don't want to do. Look down, you can look up quite a ways, which is a really good amount of posability there. Double, triple, I would say, yeah, it's double jointed at the elbow, and swivels at the wrist, goes up and down at the wrist, sideways at the wrist, and has a doesn't have a bicep swivel, which is okay because he doesn't need it, I don't think. And then it moves here. I don't know what that would be. Is that like the half pectoral joint? I don't really know. And then ab crunch, which is pretty far, and go sideways. You can go sideways a little more, and then go back quite a ways. And then he has some waist articulation, and it can go all the way around, but I don't really want to do that. And goes forward that much, and back that much. Goes out quite a ways. You can do the splits if you wanted him to. The swivels up here, can go all the way around if you wanted to. Double jointed at the knee. Swivels at the boot cut. Not very much though. Yeah, just somewhat. Yeah, there we go. And goes up and down. Actually, it does swivel a lot. I'm mistaken there. Sorry. Goes up and down at the boot, side to side, so a nice ankle pivot on there, and then there's articulation at the end of the boot there, which is very nice. So yeah, pretty much the same articulation as the Wolverine that I have, which I got from last year for my birthday, so I'm glad to add him here too. A little difference in the articulation because he has the shoulder pads and there's some different things, but other than that, it's like, I would say like 98% the same. There's just a little bit of different stuff because of the shapes of different things. And I twisted his boot there. So, gotta make that look normal. Alright, so today, before I get to the details and showing him with his other hands on and stuff, I'm gonna do size comparison. So here he is next to the Marvel Legends, Marvel Now Captain America, which is the exact same version actually, and believe it or not, my favorite version of Captain America, so I'm happy they made this version instead of just like the regular version that doesn't have any type of armor on. I really like the, you know, the style of armor that he has on there, but I don't know why you would want these two together, but if you, for whatever reason, wanted to, you know, they're pretty good size to each other, just different body size is more cartoonish, and this is more realistic, which I like the cartoonish look, but, you know, realistic look as well. That's just my opinion. I think that this one does have like a cartoonish feel, and so does the Wolverine. These action figures do, and I like that about him. I really do. Here he is next to the new Marvel Legends Hasbro Thanos, which I really love this figure. And I think that's a pretty good size. I've actually just recently taken a picture with him and my Wolverine fighting and put that on my Instagram. So, yeah, I think they're a pretty good size with each other, and I'm sure eventually they will be making a Thanos of one of these. Just like the Hulk, I can almost say for certain that they will. I mean, because come on, they're going to make money off of that. So why wouldn't they? So I think that's pretty good sized. So for me, if they did make a Thanos, I wouldn't have to buy, I just use this one. And last but not least, here he is next to the Revoltech Wolverine. And yeah, he is shorter, but Wolverine is pretty short, 5'3" to be exact in the comics, and Captain America being 6'2" in the comics. So I think that's pretty good height right there, and I really do like that they make Wolverine shorter. And I have said this before, but when I was younger and I had Wolverine action figures, I noticed he was always shorter than others, and I didn't really know at the time, because I was younger, the fact that Wolverine was actually short in the comics. But when I figured that out, I thought, I don't like that. I don't care if that's how it is in the comics. I don't like my action figures of Wolverine being short compared to everybody else. But I've grown to like it, and and since Wolverine is basically my favorite superhero, right next to Captain America, I can't really choose between the two. I really like that now. So I've gotten used to it. And I guess not really gotten used to it, but more just, came to terms with it, and I really like that now. It adds to the character because he's really strong, and then he's, healing factor and ferocious, and really size doesn't matter, as Yoda would say. I did forget to mention that he comes with this, which is like bullet hits, which look really nice. I don't know how I forgot it. It's one of the most the coolest accessories that he comes with, and whichever way you're taking the picture, you want to put this on the opposite side of. So if it's like this way, let's say he's like this, then you're gonna want to take it from that angle, because you don't want to show this because it is noticeable, even though it's clear. It's just less noticeable, so you're gonna want to take it from that. But it's pretty easy to get on and off. You just kind of what can I compare it to? I don't know. Just kind of slides in there like that. Like, you have to get it at the right, and then by the time it gets in the middle, it'll go right on there, which I did it perfectly the first time. So I don't know what I'm doing now, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, fairly easy. Here he is with the saluting hand on, which looks very nice, and keep in mind if the eyes still look weird, I still haven't taken off the helmet and fixed that yet. So I will be doing that after this review. Here he is with the throwing hand, so you can just, get it just right coming off his hand like that. And that works pretty good. You can pretty much put it either way you want, but I think it works better that way, because there's two different sides, one that comes at a point and one that's more dulled at the end, if you know what I mean, right there, where it's like kind of cut off. And I'm pretty sure that it can go either way, but I got it on there like that, and it just comes off fairly easy. And then there he is with that hand, which can also be a very useful hand, not just having him throw the shield, but yeah, I mean, that actually looks like a hand that you would be telling the soldiers to fan out or go or something like that. Or it could just be a hand if you want to get them doing push-ups or something as well. So yeah, I really do like that hand. I think it looks pretty good on him. You can also, if you have the Deadpool, make him if he's doing something stupid. Yeah. And here he is with the, I would say, a gun-holding hand or nose-picking hand. I'm not quite sure, because he doesn't really come with anything that would be for that hand. So I don't really know unless there's something that I'm missing, which there's not, because, I mean, the box is right here and it's completely empty and I'm not missing anything. So it could just be an extra hand if you have some guns or something and you just want them to hold that, which I think is a nice touch, to be honest. Even though it doesn't come with a gun, maybe if that's what the use is for it, but if you guys have this figure and you know, the actual usage of it, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it has something to do with this, to get him actually just put that through there, maybe for a different way to hold his shield. I'm not sure, but it is a nice hand to be included. Here he is with the I Want You, for the U.S. Army, or the Hulk, go smash, or Hulk smash, telling Hulk to go smash, or maybe he's pointing down at his dog, because his dog peed on the floor, whatever you want to use it for. And then also it can be another nose-picking finger as well. So yeah, pretty useful hand there. But yeah, happy they included that as well. Alright, so here he is with the unmasked or unhelmeted. I guess it's more of a helmet than a mask, but anyway, unmasked head, which I think looks very nice, and actually didn't get it in there all the way. So there we go. Okay, yeah, so he still has the same range of articulation pretty much with it. And again, I think actually you're supposed to add this is why. Yeah, okay, yep. So, my mistake, there's nothing wrong with the figure. I just didn't add that. But, yeah, anyway, I think this head sculpt looks pretty nice on there. And we already went over, how that looks. So, yeah, very nice. I really like the unmasked. And it gives you more options than just having, the helmet and then, change the eye position with, the yelling face. I like that, you can get your superhero unmasked as well. And I'm not sure if the Spider-Man is like that. I actually haven't really watched a review on it or anything. So basically I would put this in there, but at the moment, you just take it out. So it basically looks the same as this, just with the mouth open, and it fits on the same as this. So it's not too much of a change, and that's why I'm not going to show that. So next thing I will be showing is detail. As I've said again, is that the eyes, I'm going to fix them after, you can take the head, the face, which ends up is like that, out of the helmet, so right now he kind of looks spooked or something. But anyway, yeah, the head sculpt is very nice. I really like the patterns and all that, and like that the A puffs up, and the ears do not, which is, I think, is okay. The least chance of them getting scraped or something. And I love the pattern on here, and I like the star a lot, actually. It's more of a bolder shape, because even though it's the same as this one right here, they just went for a more bolder shape because of the style of the figure. And this has nice texture under there, nice texture here. I like little wrinkles under there, and wrinkles here, and lines in his gauntlets or gloves, I guess is what they would be called, bracers, whatever. And then nice pattern there. I need to push the belt down in there. So yeah, there we go. And then you can see his muscles underneath there. Stuff, and the back looks fantastic, which actually you can put that on there, which using, probably you could use one of these, I would say, would fit in there. Yeah, and you can just use that for it to put that on his back. And you could probably even use this. I mean, I don't know why you would, because it doesn't stick out on the other side, but I'm just saying, because it has the same size of peg hole. So yeah, the back looks great. Nice wrinkles in the pants and stuff like that. Nice texturing everywhere. And then you get Marvel right there on the back, which is a nice touch. Wrinkles there. You get armor right there, which I love that there's armor on Captain America. So yeah, like I said, this is my favorite suit of his. I love it. I like the, colorations. You get the red, white, and blue, and then you get some grays, and then you got the brown belt with the silver and silver star stuff. And the boots look great. You even get the, laces in there. Nice padding there, and, all the, little details like the wrinkles in the pants, and, you can feel this here. Yeah, you guys can tell, and the belt looks great as well. Yeah, nice pockets and such there. So yeah, fantastic figure. I really, really love this figure. Definitely one of my new favorites as a figure. So happy to get this for my birthday here on Amazon, and it is on Big Bad Toy Store, which is where I got the Wolverine, but I pre-ordered that because I was scared, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get this when it comes out. Everybody's going to buy it up because it's Wolverine. But turns out that, that kind of was the case, but it's on Amazon now for the same price. But, I guess it doesn't matter, so I would have just ended up getting it either way. But this one here I got on Amazon, and it came within pretty much a day of me ordering it, which is kind of unusual for Amazon, so that's really nice. So yeah, I always now rate my figures from 1 to 5, and this figure definitely gets a 5. It's very rare that my figures get below a 4, because I always look up my figures and know where they're coming from, and how good it's gonna be. But like the Superman from I believe Batman versus Superman, I forget, I think it was Metacom or something like that. That's, oh my god, that action figure sucked, and I watched a review on it, and the guy didn't have much complaints, but that was just an awful figure. If you guys are collectors and you know which one I'm talking about, maybe one time I will. Maybe I can do like a rant video on the figure, because I still have the figure. I don't know why I haven't burned it yet, because, I mean, it wasn't even that expensive, so that's good, because if it was really expensive and I got it, then that would have definitely been mad. But I really like Superman. It's my favorite DC character and one of my favorite supers, so it really sucked, but yeah. Alright, so, yeah, that is it for this review. Stay tuned for more reviews. I have a review on the Captain America Samurai action figure coming soon, which I actually got a few weeks ago when I was in Florida. I just haven't thought of doing a review of it, but I will be doing one this week sometime, or this weekend, really depending. So stay tuned for more reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. And have a happy late 4th of July. This would have been a nice review to get down on 4th of July.